Hello everyone, my name is Toshan Soni. I am a PGT Physics. Today I am going to explain about electromagnetic induction, one of the most important chapter from class 12, which is very important for academic exam as well as entrance exams like IIT and NEET. Electromagnetic induction is a phenomenon in which we generate electricity with the help of magnetism. In our daily life, so many applications are there of electromagnetic induction. One of the most important application is that wireless mobile charger, which we use generally in our day-to-day life. In wireless mobile charger, energy transfer from charger to the receiver in the back of the phone via electromagnetic induction. There is one more application which is a transformer, which we will see. Look outside your apartment, you will see the transformer. So a transformer works in the principle of electromagnetic induction. There are two types of transformer. One is step up and step down. Based on its working, step up simply enhance the value of voltage, step down reduce the value of voltage. There is one more application of electromagnetic induction, that is generator. Generator is a device that converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. So to convert from mechanical energy into electrical energy, we need some kind of setup. There are basically two types of generators, alternating current generator and direct current generator. So based on that type of generator, we need some kind of setup. You can see in the screen there are the setup of alternating current generator. We use a U-shaped magnet. As you are able to see the front side only, the U-shaped magnet will be something like that. You can see only north and south pole. So between this magnet we placed one rectangular coil, and that end of the rectangular coil is connected with the slip rings, and with the slip ring graphite brushes are used so that wire will not get twisted, and that wires are directly connected to the lamp so that electricity generated into the coil that can simply light up the bulb. Now for going to the working, we need to do some mechanical work. To do some mechanical work, we have to rotate the coil. So to rotate the coil, we need some source of energy. So based on the source of energy, so many plants are available in our country, like thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, hydropower plant, windmill, solar power plant, like that. So those are what? Those are simply source which can rotate the coil. So suppose we take any one of the source. So when we will rotate the coil from this shaft, suppose we have shaft connected to the coil. When I will rotate this shaft, so the coil is connected with the shaft, so the coil will also rotate. So when this coil will rotate in the magnetic field, suppose this is the coil, when this coil will rotate in this way, so what happens, that rotation will produce electric current. So that produced electric current will have two things. One, the value, magnitude of the current, amount of current produced. Second thing is that direction of current. So first discuss about the direction of current, which is very important. So to find the direction of current, we use here Fleming's right hand thumb rule. According to Fleming's right hand thumb rule, if you will stretch our right hand in such a way that these three fingers, forefinger, thumb and middle finger are perpendicular to each other. If the forefinger giving the direction of magnetic field, as you can see in the screen, and force is giving the direction of, the thumb is giving the direction of force, which is upward for the left side of the coil, which is near to the north pole. So the middle finger, which is going your side, it will give the direction of current induced. So you can see the force acting on the arm of coil near the north pole is upward, and the force acting near the arm which is near the south pole, it is downward. So based on the direction of motion of the arm, the current produced will be inward and outward. So you can see in the one rotation, the direction of current is one particular side, clockwise or anti-clockwise. When the coil will rotate 180 degree, the direction of forces will be changed. The arm which is toward the north, on that time it's north toward the south pole, so direction will be downward. So on that way, the direction of current will change two times. So in one rotation, here the direction of current is changing two times. So we can say that frequency is simply here 2 Hertz. In that same way, the electricity produced in our country, that is 50 Hertz. The electricity generated in our country has a frequency of 50 Hertz. That means what? The change in direction of current is 100 times. The bulb which is lighting up in our room is switch on and switch off 100 times, but the frequency is high, that's why we couldn't identify that. As we can see, the value, the amount of electric current produced can be calculated from the Faraday's law. According to Faraday's law is that the rate of change of flux will give us EMF produced. EMF is what? Electromotive force which will produce in the coil. So flux is nothing but simply number of field lines passing through the area, which we can see here. Phi is equal to BA cos theta. Theta is the orientation between magnetic field and area of the rectangular loop. So any one of the three quantity changes, like magnetic field or area or orientation, so there will be change in a flux. If flux is changes, definitely there will be a EMF induced in the coil, and when that EMF is divided by the resistance of that coil, so that will give you the amount of current produced in the coil. So this is the simple phenomena of electromagnetic induction. In this way, electricity is generated. Here one more thing I had used, Lenz's law. So Lenz's law gives the direction of EMF induced in the coil. So according to Lenz's law, the EMF induced in the coil will oppose the cast which produced this EMF. This is quite technical and quite difficult to understand in the short time. So for that we use simple Faraday's right hand thumb rule to find the direction. In other way also we can say that Faraday's law gives the value of current produced and Lenz's law gives the direction of current produced. So as you can see, thermal power plant, one general setup is there. Here we are using thermal energy to rotate the shaft so that rectangular coil can rotate. So here you will see that when we use thermal energy, so thermal energy will what? It will simply boil the water. When water will boil, steam will generate. That steam will pass through the turbine. When that steam will pass through the turbine, so the high pressure of the steam can rotate the turbine. When turbine will rotate, so the shaft connected with the turbine will move, and when the shaft will move, the rectangular coil will be moved, which is kept into the electric generator here. And so when coil will rotate in the electric generator, so electricity will be produced, and that electricity will be transmitted or sent to the nearby power station that can be distributed through the transformer, which we have seen just now. Okay, so this is the concept of electromagnetic induction. Rest will continue from the next class.